what's up, Mindy's League?
Projections, schmajections.
What a lawyer. Reading.
Jordan Bell, Spurs. Jordan Bell, Spurs. Yo.
Hello, Mindy.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Belfort. Stacking penny stocks while I'm flipping these birds. Sipping on Ciroc, trip 'em up with the words. I done popped a Molly and I think it's be my third. Jordan Belfort. Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still? Draft day, A. Wiggins. Fuck that other side, bitch, we stay winning. Oh man, you know I had to do it for you. You know I had to do it for you. Yeah. Suits and ties yelling out, pay the guys, man.
All right, welcome into a draft day edition of the Bright Side Boys. Woo! Except right now we are on Burbank, so we the Burbank Boys.
I like it.
First off, it's your boy Patrick Newcomb here with
Ben Fincham, a.k.a. Firm Handshake.
and
Cam, what's up, almost? How's it going?
apparently Cam's Biff from Back to the Future. All right, so the good thing about not having any league turnover is that we have all these storylines that we can jump right into instead of having to introduce ourselves. So let's just get right into it. All right, there's something you wanted to talk about for basically this entire offseason. So I'll just let you run with it.
It's been a while. I think the biggest story that we've got in the past few months is how much of a bitch Grant's been about being the Sacco. Grant, you can say whatever the fuck you want about being the best Sacco leagues ever have. If that's a title you want, that's a title that you can have. But you've been a bitch about all the punishments, and I think most of the league can agree that it's really not that hard. Just do the punishment and don't finish last next season. We'll get into that later, but why you gotta be a bitch, dog?
I feel like anybody could be the best Sacco ever and be a lot better than he handled it this summer.
Right, how do you feel about it?
I mean, my thing is, if you're living with a Mindy League member, shouldn't you be smart enough to actually put the fucking sticker on?
Did he think no one was gonna find
It's like,
out?
oh, the dude I live with won't notice.
It got torn off by my priest. Sorry.
Yeah, why are you gonna blame God for your problems?
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. You better pray for him for your fantasy team.
It's not cool. Is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
Sorry, Cam's just ripping him over here.
No,
I'm trying to concentrate.
I love the smell.
All right. So another big development this summer was Jonathan took over as commissioner.
Which, in all fairness, actually, Jonathan, props. I actually think you're doing a decent job. However, Pat's got something.
Yeah, way to step up to the plate whenever your boy got school. But he made a big discovery this summer.
Huge.
He finally discovered how to use the @ function in GroupMe. And I, for one, am not happy with it. Because I get tagged at work, at school, doesn't matter, I get tagged 8 fucking times a day in the freaking GroupMe.
Use it, don't abuse it.
Exactly.
I think I got tagged 6 times yesterday. It's a lot. Right, so we got a new segment here in the, I guess we'll change the name to Burbank Boys Podcast. Brand new segment, the Besteros of Westeros. What we decided to do, a collaborative effort, is that we decided to compare every one of our Mindy League winners, members. Sorry, no one's a winner if you're in the Mindy League, I guess. But what we decided to do was compare all of you guys. You can cut that. What we decided to do was compare all of you guys to Game of Thrones characters. So we're going to go ahead.
Start over. Hey, you guys. Part of me just wants to leave all of this in there.
Wait, where's that from?
Goonies.
Yes.
Some fucking culture.
Wait, so when I was playing football...
No, do the fucking intro.
It's a funny story.
I don't care. We don't have time for it.
To keep my head from being shaved, I have to do the truffle shuffle.
You have to add this shit. This has to go in.
They gave me, all of the upperclassmen when I was a freshman gave me a choice. They said, we can shave your head or you can do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
So I did the truffle shuffle.
Well, that was our therapy segment. And we'll just
All right.
move on from there.
So we got a new segment here, the Besteros of Westeros. What we're going to do is we're just going to compare all you fuckers to Game of Thrones characters.
You don't seem to understand the situation.
I understand that if any more words come pouring out your cunt mouth, I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken in this room.
And we're going to start. I'm actually going to start with Pat here.
Yeah, give me an example.
What we're going to do, I'm going to compare Pat to Daenerys Targaryen. You know, he's kind of talked shit for 5 seasons, but he hasn't really done much. Nothing of importance, really. But maybe next year, fingers crossed.
Crossing the narrow sea. You'll all see. Okay, well, for you, I'll give you Samwell Tarly. Because every time we think that you're actually going to improve and prove yourself to the world as a man, you don't. And you just continually disappoint us, just like Sam does.
Like a big cliffhanger.
Right. I don't think you know what that means.
Yeah.
He's a big dumb animal, folks.
Big dumb animal. So the next one we've got Hunter. We're going to compare Hunter to the many-faced god. No one knows what he looks like. No one's really seen him. For all we know, it could just be Jonathan wearing a mask. It could be just a hobo Jonathan decided to hire so we could have a better shot at winning the Mindy. But, I mean, I've never seen his face.
I mean, I've seen, like, his face, but apparently there's, like, 8 different versions. He's between 5 feet and 7 feet tall. He's 3 different races and 4 different genders. Sorry if I triggered something else.
Sorry, Grant.
All right, well, speaking of Jonathan, we'll compare him best to the High Sparrow, because just like the High Sparrow, he likes to stand in front of everyone and talk, but no one really listens or gives a shit.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jonathan. I'm not. So the next one we've got is Joe. We're going to compare Joe to a White Walker. We really only hear from Joe once a season. He's too busy up north of the wall freezing his dick off in Canada, eh?
Basically, I mean, southern Canada, northern U.S.
Southern Canada. I like that, southern Canada.
Yeah, sounds classy.
Minnesota's cold, I think is what we're getting at.
Right. Have fun in the Mall of America. All right, and we'll move on to John Mineo, and we're going to compare him to Bran. And, you know, if you've seen the show, Bran is physically handicapped, and we all know Mineo is mentally handicapped, so it's a good comparison, but like Bran, Mineo shows a lot of promise each season until he just disappears for a whole season and we don't see him at all.
Yeah, and then he just comes back out of nowhere every single day, blowing up.
Yeah, and now he's involved in the whole.
Now he's super important.
Yeah,
We'll get there. We'll get there. So next up, I'm going to talk about Reed Ferguson, our in-house superstar. We're going to say Reed is Stannis Baratheon. As everyone knows, last year Reed gave up a second-round pick to try and increase his chances at winning the Mindy. So you could say he really did all he could to get that throne, but he ends up just burning his second-round pick.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on. We'll compare Nathan to Brienne, and aside from their strikingly similar appearances, Nate is sworn to protect the Mindy like Brienne, and he's probably going to fail just like Brienne basically does this entire show.
They can't just rip ass.
Before I was a sword could beat 3 men in trial.
Good. All right, I'm glad mine are silent right now. Anyways, we're going to go ahead with Grant. We're going to compare Grant to Meryn Trant. I like Meryn Grant. Grant just really just likes them young, kind of like he likes Eric's sister. And I think we can just leave it at that.
I'm imagining she's like in her 20s now, so that's probably a little too old for Grant now.
Probably, yeah. Grant probably wants those Reggie's high school girls.
Too old.
Yeah.
Next, we'll move on to Blake, and we'll compare him to fan favorite Renly Baratheon. Not because he's a fan favorite, because that's not true at all. We're going to compare him because he's always living in the shadow of another family member here in the league. And, you know, he just doesn't get the credit he probably deserves, but who really gives a shit?
Nah, I don't. I don't know. Cam, you give a shit?
No, not really.
Like, we don't even need commentary. Just move on.
We
to the
really
next one.
don't. Next one we've got, speaking of family members, we're going to go with Eric. Eric, we've got Lady Melisandre. He just...
Why'd you say it like that, dude?
What?
Melisandre?
I don't know. That's just how I do it, you know? Look, tomato, potato. Who cares what you say, you know? So Eric is Melisandre. I'm just saying how I want. That's how it's spelled. He just spends his entire life trying to convince everyone that the stupid shit he's saying is true. I also have a bonus for you, Pat. You ready for this?
Yeah.
We're also going to go ahead and compare him to Ramsay Bolton because he just rapes whoever he can find.
That's a good point. So who will be this year's Sansa? We'll get there.
You guys hold your horses.
I hope everyone's caught up, because if not, then they're getting super spoiled.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry if you don't watch Game of Thrones.
Grant.
Actually, I'm not sorry. That's awesome.
Okay, last but not least, we have Cam, and we're just going to compare him to Theon, aside from penis size being alike. Don't ask me how I know that. Cam tried to prove himself by making the championship game in his first season, only to have Nate just beat his dick off. So they're both wandering this world without a dick.
Both of them. Well, Reek
dicks?
doesn't have a dick.
Right.
Theon did, but Reek doesn't have a dick.
Right. Okay, well, Theon/Reek. Yeah.
Reek.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyways, so I think that's it for our Westeros of Westeros. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I think we're going to move on.
Yeah, we're just going to move on to some of those stories that we're looking forward to in 2016. Something to keep your eye on. The first thing is, can Nathan repeat as the Mindy champ? What do you think?
I think it's going to be tough this year. Not only does Nathan not give a shit about anything.
Life.
Yeah, everything. I think it's going to be tough because there's going to be people gunning for him. There's a lot of people looking to take that Mindy. Now that they've seen the actual trophy, I think people want it. It's going to be tough for him to repeat. I just actually don't think he's that good at fantasy football. But
you think it was luck last year?
100%.
Not Andrew?
Unintended. Fuck you, Grant.
All right. Cam, what do you think? Can Nate repeat?
Not a chance. Revenge will be swift, Nathan. Swift.
And he's not biased at all. So moving on, do you think Grant can repeat as the Sacco champion?
Yes. I believe Grant will repeat as the Sacco champion. I think what's going to happen is he's going to try and overcompensate this season, and he's going to try and do too much to get the trophy and not finish last. And he's just going to shoot himself in the dick.
Cam, you know a lot about overcompensating. What do you think of Grant's chances of repeating?
I think they're very high. Mostly because he sucks. I hate him. His excuses are shitty. But that's just me.
Yeah, come on. Priest? Jeez. All right, so that brings up an interesting point. If he does repeat as the Sacco champ, some people would say when he repeats, but, you know, we'll be cautiously optimistic. So if he repeats, do we just rename the Sacco the Yenny?
I think we do. I mean, I don't think anyone would have a problem renaming it the Yenny. I also like the Ronald. I think the Ronald is a good name.
Good.
I think we should move to make it the name now. I don't know why we have to wait for him to win it a second time to win, the Ronald. I'm just going to refer to it as a Ronald. Maybe it'll catch on.
Yeah, starting a trend.
Yeah.
Cam, do you have any opinions on the matter?
No.
All right.
It just rolls off the tongue, I think.
Hot takes.
The Ronald. You're Ronald this year.
Yeah.
You finish last place, you're Ronald.
Right, but the problem with that is that everyone knows him as Grant or Grant Yenny, so nobody knows him as Ronald, so it's really not that much of a punishment.
To be fair, it would I don't think it would be as funny to call it the Grant, just because, Grant's kind of a shitty name.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, so is Ronald. Right, it is a shitty trophy.
Yeah.
But so is Ronald, but I think Ronald's got a nice ring to it, is all I'm saying.
Why don't you just slap his name on as a commemorative thing, like the Ronald Grant Sacco.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
put it.
like
maybe
that.
we can put it on like poop coming out of like a
Like
person,
actual
like
poop?
like an ass, like whatever the trophy be made out of. It'd be
Like
that.
it'd be made out of poop?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be
That'd
cool
be
though.
appropriate.
If we get like,
I mean, that'd be super gross, and I don't want to have anything to do with it, but that's kind of the point,
I'm pretty
right?
sure they sell petrified turds online. Don't ask me how I know that.
Do you have a website for me? Or-
I can find one for you. Petrifiedturds.com.
All right. Be on the lookout for a link from Ben. Make sure to open all of his emails.
Check your inbox.
All right, so we'll move on, thank God, to last but not least, the big trade, the controversial trade that happened last season with Reed giving John Mineo his second rounder. So will that second rounder help Mineo this season? If so, how much?
So I think let's answer this in two parts. One, should it help him? Yes.
Right.
Right. You're
So-
getting 3 picks in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Will it help him? I don't think so. I actually think Mineo's going to show up to the draft hammered. I bet he takes, maybe he'll take Andre Johnson in the first round. I'm hoping that happens. He's going to take a shitty player because he's going to be hammered.
He's not going to be available at 8, but okay.
That's true. That's very true. What number do you pick?
6.
Anyone before 6 wants to trade.
Hands off.
I'm in the market for an Andre Johnson.
All right, so we'll move on to a little game that we like to pull from Vegas. We're just going to do a little over/under here, and I'll ask my compatriots whether or not they want to go over or under. So it's pretty simple. If you don't get the core concept, you will eventually. And be writing these down because we're taking all bets.
Mm-hmm. All of them.
bets. Yeah.
We've got Venmo, PayPal.
Cash.
We can give you our address.
No, hey, look, cash ain't traceable, so I'll cash.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cash.
We also take checks made out to cash.
Yeah, that would work.
Right.
That would work. Okay, so the first betting line of the season is how many words will Cam put in the group me for the whole season? And we're going to set the over-under at 12 words.
I'm going to say over 12 words, but I don't think we see it in multiple instances. I think we see it in 1 or 2 outbursts over. We may not hear from him for 3 months.
Anger issues, yeah.
Anger issues, right. But when he does talk, I think it's going to be a rant. Each rant's going to be over 12 words, so I think he says over 12 words. Whether or not we hear from him more than twice, I think, which I'll pose to you, over under on us hearing from Cam more than twice during the season. We're setting it at 2 times we hear from Cam over under.
I'm going to go over because he's going to say one thing that we're all going to be like, oh, wow, Cam's in the group. But then he's going to say, like, shut the fuck up, like 3 times.
Right, which that's 12 words there. Right, so you go over too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cam, what do you think?
Way under on all accounts. I like to dominate silently. So
All right. Silent but deadly.
that's it.
I like
Right.
it. Kind of like now.
Next, how many picks will pass until Jonathan criticizes someone else's draft? I have the over-under at 6.5, at pick 6.5.
I'm going to go under. And I'm only saying under because he's got that first pick, and he's going to see every pick after his as shitty, and he's going to make sure everyone knows it.
All right, Cam, what you think?
I'm thinking pick 2. He starts talking senseless shit. That's what I'm thinking. So under. Same reason.
Nice.
Pat, what about you?
I have faith in my boy. Who am I kidding? I'll go under as well.
Yeah.
All right, next one, over-under. How many times will Hunter reach at least 24 picks ahead of a player's projected ADP? As you know, he's prone to do that. So we have it set at 2.5 times this draft.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to say he reaches defense, he reaches kicker, he reaches...
Plaxico Burress?
I don't know if there's a reach for him. Isn't he a second rounder?
Yes. He might take him in the first round.
That's
I guess that's not 24
right.
picks
So I would say, I think it's a smart pick, but I think he reaches defense, he reaches kicker, and he reaches for 4 quarterbacks. So I'm going to go 6 times. Yeah.
The Quattro QB.
Yeah, as you know, we're a 3 quarterback league this year. So,
Right.
Which
So-
means 4 people are going to have to be starting backups. I guess.
It's what, three QBs, 5 kickers.
Yes.
So hammer those kickers early.
2 defenses.
Oh yeah, the defenses do special teams, wins championships.
Yeah, better grab them. We're also doing punters this year.
Cam, what do you think about Hunter reaching 2.5 times?
I'm not really sure. I guess it just depends on how Jonathan feels when he wakes up that morning.
That's true. That's a good point. We're acting like Hunter's a separate person.
Right.
Clearly he's not. All right, so next one. How much time will elapse in this draft before Eric offers anyone a trade? And I have the over-under set at 17 minutes. 17 real-time minutes.
17 real-time minutes. I'm gonna go under. I actually think he offers someone to trade before the draft even starts when we're chilling.
Well, no, once the draft starts.
Once the draft starts, under still.
Okay, all right. Cam, what you think?
Oh, yeah, it's in his blood. Those firstborn for 7th round pick bullshit. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, I would take that deal.
Absolutely.
I don't plan on having kids.
I fucking hate children. So.
Yeah, it's really a sucker's bet.
Yeah, it is.
Does he really want all those bills? Unless, would you have to pay child support though?
I don't know. He might make that a conditional thing. We'll
Yeah.
have to see. We'll have to wait for the draft.
Or is he like legally obligated to adopt your child?
I don't know. Let's ask Minio.
Yeah, Minio, get back with us. We need answers here. We're in need of legal advice. All right, so next one. How many times will Nathan refer to himself as the champ during this draft? I have the over-under set at 6 times.
Okay, so I think he says it over. However, I think we only really pay attention to him every time it's time for him to pick. So I'm going to go under on us knowing that it's 6.
Nice.
So I'm going to go under. I think everyone who's going to be Skyped in, no one's really going to give a fuck about until it's time for their pick. I may just mute them. I may see if we can just mute them until it's time for their pick. I think I'd be cool with it.
Yeah, I got you.
Cam?
Yeah, kind of like Ben said, I don't think I'm going to hear it because I'm going to be hyper-focused on kicking that ass this season.
All right, some strong words. Nate, you better bring your A game. I know you weren't planning to, but you better now. So the next one is along the same lines, and it's over under 6 times again. But how many times will Eric refer to himself as the former champion?
Over. Eric lives in the past. I'm going over.
What do you expect from a Bama fan?
I'm going double, actually. I'm going to go over double. I think we get over 12 times, he mentioned.
During the draft?
During the draft.
Wow. Big number. Cam?
I'm going to say over. I think Eric gloating goes hand in hand like Grant losing. So.
Yeah, that happened.
Wow, that was a hot take.
Yeah, he's just coming out there with a flamethrower.
That's it.
Scorched earth.
God, you're just like burning bridges.
All right, speaking of the Eric Grant rivalry, how many times will anyone, say the name Andrew Luck during the draft? I have the over-under set at 22 times.
So, as we all know, this is a shot at Grant. Fuck you, Grant. I, however, think it's going to be mentioned anytime a Colt is drafted, and anytime, obviously, we're going to get a few times when Luck, if he does get drafted, then. However, I'm going to go under. I'm saying under only because we have so much new material to fuck with Grant about that I think it's going to be kind of on the back burner. And so we're going to fuck with Grant about everything else before we do that.
True. Cam?
I think it's going to be over. Because we will fuck with Grant. Andrew Luck's going to be selected. We'll shoot the shit about it then. I'm going to say over.
All right, some disagreement. Ooh, who's going to win that $100?
Well, much like the season, I'll probably win.
So. 0-3. All right, so we all know Reed is a little bit of a homer. Not afraid to say it. He knows it. So how many rounds in this draft will pass before Reed selects a Falcon?
Oh, I could have got a Falcon.
A Falcon player, not like an actual bird of prey.
Can you draft birds?
I don't think. Do you know a name of a bird of prey? Or of a falcon?
I don't know a falcon. I mean, I know bird names. Like
Just
Toucan
like
Sam.
standard? What would you draft Toucan Sam as?
Oh,
Ben, can you name 5 species of bird?
Sparrow, falcon, cardinal, pigeon, dove. Go fuck yourself.
Your face is so red from concentrating.
No, I'm just hot. It's hot as fuck in here.
Jeez. With all these hot takes flying around, of course it is. All right, so the over-under set at round 4. Will he select over, under, or push?
Thanks for the Falcon.
And we established that you cannot select actual Falcons,
Okay, so it has to be players on the Atlanta Falcons.
despite them being ball hawks.
I'm going to go under. I think he's itching. I think he'll even trade up if he needs to get a Falcon that he wants in the 4th round.
Yeah.
At least, if not earlier.
Okay, Cam.
I'm gonna say under too. I think he's gonna try to convince us how good Matty Ice is gonna be this year, and how he's gonna break every record ever, and how he's really gonna make a push. So I'll say under.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Could happen. So along those same lines, round 4 again, over, under, push. How many rounds elapse until Reed selects a Bill? A Buffalo Bill, not like a fullback who's also
a fullback.
Why a fullback?
I mean, I just think having a Buffalo as a fullback would just wreck shop.
See, I went straight to nose tackle.
I'm gonna say end. Rushing off the edge, dangerous.
Yeah, but you can run away from him.
Right.
Yeah.
At least if he's right in the middle at nose tackle, I don't know whether the quarterback's passing or handing the ball off. I don't know who's going to time.
Yeah, but like at fullback, he's just going to eat up like 3 or 4 defenders.
Well, he can play both ways.
Does he have the stamina for that? I don't know what the stamina of.
Does he need much stamina? I don't even think he needs to sprint. I think he just needs to leisurely trot.
I don't know. I don't know how well he would know the playbook. Probably as well as Russell Shepard did. Ooh, burn.
Is trot an actual word?
Trot. Trot. Yeah.
We might need to verify that.
All right.
All right. We'll fact check. We'll fact check at the end of this.
Okay, so over under round 4.
I'm gonna go over, but barely. I think over barely. I think if you would have said over under 6, I'd say under.
All right, so you think he selects a Falcon before he selects a Bill?
I do. I think there's more Falcons at the top of the draft. Just logistically, I think he picks a Falcon first. Also, I just think he's loyal. He's loyal to the Dirty Birds.
He's not loyal to them people signing his paychecks?
Oh, he is. He is. But, I mean, we all know fandom runs deep.
Yeah.
His blood is red. Like, that's a crazy coincidence, don't you think?
Hardcore. Cam, what do you think?
I'm going to say under. I think right after Extreme Falcon fan, you would describe Reed as a pretty friendly guy, pretty loyal guy. So I think first 4 rounds, he's going to go Falcon, Falcon, Bill, Bill.
So you think he goes Falcon first before he goes Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can see that. Okay, next. We'll set it at 8.5 for the season. How many times does Minio refer to himself as a lawyer? 8.5 times throughout the whole season.
During the season, over. Well over. That's just something. I feel like if you're a lawyer, that's something you're going to gloat about. Not that you should.
Right.
But it's something that obviously he's going to do it anyways.
Cam?
Yeah, I agree. Over. But that's a conditional over. He has to actually participate for the entire season.
That's true. He can't quit halfway.
Brain.
Again. Okay, so
Brainio.
So we're going to set the over-under at 3 months. How long will it take Reed to think he's too good for the Mindy League? Over-under 3 months.
I'm going to go over, but not too much longer over. I think it'll take, once he feels comfortable where he is, I think it's going to happen pretty quickly. But, you know, I mean, new city, new town, whatever. I think it's over, but it will happen. We know.
Yeah. Cam?
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, he's a pretty friendly guy, so he'll stick around for a while, but that NFL lifestyle is lurking.
Yeah, I've seen ballers. I know how it is. And that's got to be true. Okay, so this is just a yes or no question, not an over-under. Does Blake draft Peyton Manning in this draft?
Yes, 7th round.
7th round.
I think he takes him in the 7th round. I think that's a good value for Peyton this year.
Yeah. Cam?
Yes.
Yeah, he's coming off a Super Bowl win, so
Why not? Why would you not select?
Right, he's primed. He's primed.
exactly. He's on those steroids. He's going to be good to go.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a few candidates, about 4 candidates. And the question is, who will Eric trade rape this year? And here we got these odds directly from Vegas. just before we did this show, so you know they're accurate. All right, so the favorite, the clubhouse leader, is Grant at 2-1. Then you have Reed at 3-1. You have Joe at 5-1. And then finally, you have himself at 12-1. So who do you think Eric will trade Reed?
I'm gonna go Reed is gonna be the favorite for me. And then a very close second is gonna be Eric himself.
Okay, Cam?
I'm going to go one of those bullshit test answers where it's both A and B. I think Grant and Reed will be a victim of Eric's bullshit.
Okay, all right. Well, that's all the betting lines I have here. Actually, I have one more. Out of the 12 people, how many members in this league will be butthurt by this podcast? Ben?
I'm going to go 6. I think 6 people. I think half the league. I think half the league.
Okay, Cam?
Yeah, it's pretty realistic, but I hope it's all of them because I hate all you guys. So.
All right. Some parting shots from Cam Frazier over there. So, is there anything y'all want to say before we go?
I mean, just fuck you, Grant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a given, Cam.
Definitely. Y'all try not to let me dominate the league this year without making sense. I'm good? Good.
All right. So, who knows if that was the beginner's luck or if he's actually good. I guess we'll see. So, just remember, hammer those kickers, defenses, special teams early, and you're sure to have a successful draft.
Scared of heights, come face your fears. Hola. Do it just like Nikki, gone and bend it over. Say she never smoked, I turned her to a stoner. Young nigga, but I'm ready. Oh, foreign girls call me sexy. And white girls give me Becky. But first I gotta